If we're talking about forgettable Naruto games, I think Revolution might be one of them. I didn't even know this existed until I was looking these up. Now is that a good or bad thing? I guess we'll just have to play the game and figure that out. This game has 50 trophies, with most of them coming from the Ninja World Tournament. I'll also have to do some battles called Ninja Escapades and free battle stuff like Survival and Challenge League matches. For now, I'll do the Ninja World Tournament since that's technically the story mode of the game. The plot, if you can call it that, is to answer the question, who is the greatest of all? Obviously, the only way to answer that is with a tournament, but it's not the usual kind. First, I need to pick a character, and I can actually pick whoever I want. Once I pick Kakashi, I'm shipped off to Festival Island. Long story short, there's different ranks of tournaments, and because I just started, I need to start at the bottom in D rank. Each rank has qualifiers, preliminaries, and main battles. Here we are at the first fight, and now it's time to show you how these tournaments are played. Instead of a usual one-on-one, these fights are free-for-alls, and somehow it gets even weirder. We don't have health bars. Instead, we have 1000 battle orbs. The goal of each battle is to damage the opponents and cause them to drop these orbs. The more damage I do, the more orbs drop. While it is lame, the best strategy is to honestly just spam ninjutsu. If you're wondering why I don't use my ultimate jutsu, it's because I can't. I need a specific item to use it that'll only start showing up in later tournaments. Once someone loses all their orbs, then they go unconscious, and any attack after that will knock them out of the battle. Knocking out Guy gets me the first trophy for knocking anyone out of a 4-person battle. I have more orbs than anyone else, so I clear the qualifier and can now join the D rank tournament. Or not. I need to find people to team up with me to keep going. I can ask anyone with a handshake icon over their head to be my teammate. Iruka and Konohamaru are the first people I find, but to get them to join me, I need to first answer some questions. I somehow got all of them wrong. I swear I watched this show. To get the correct answers, I need to go buy 5 books at the shop and look at them for the answers. When I get all questions correct, I get Iruka and Konohamaru as allies and get a trophy for completing an ally event. Why I needed allies to continue is because from now on, battles will cover multiple rounds and I'll have to play a different character each round. Also, I don't know how, but I had Naruto unlocked, so I'm using him with Kakashi. Unless I manage to knock out all 3 opponents, each battle goes on for 50 seconds. Technically, it's longer since a second in a Naruto game lasts about a second and a half in real life, so we'll just round up to a minute per battle. Any orbs I have at the end get given to who I'm fighting as next. It makes a lot of these fights hard to lose if you do good at first. Even though normal combos don't give out much orbs, I still abuse chakra dash cancelling to get a trophy for doing a 50-hit combo. I pass by the preliminaries with ease, trust me this is going to be a common thing, and move on to the main battles. This is 3 battles, but trust me, it's not going to be much different. In the first battle, I actually almost knocked out all 3 opponents, but Hidan got saved at the last second. In the next battle, I notice I have some kind of item, but have no clue what it does. Using it once, it does nothing. Using it twice, it destroys Shikamaru's block. I didn't know this would happen, and I also didn't know I would get a trophy for destroying someone's block. Going into the last match, I have over triple the amount of orbs compared to anyone else. I could probably do nothing and still win. I win the last battle and get the trophy for completing the D rank tournament. Before I move up to C rank, there are some challenges I can do because I completed the D rank tournament. The challenges are 4-player matches with some sort of handicap against me. Because they're still D rank, they're not that bad. There's 6 challenges with each having 3 fights, so in total, I have 18 fights to do. For the first challenge, I select random and get everyone from Taka as my teammates. I still don't know how I have more than just Iruka and Konohamaru as allies, maybe because of who I picked as a main character, since now I don't have Team 7 unlocked. I win all 3 battles in the first challenge and get a trophy for causing a team bonus in a 4-person battle. I have no idea how I did this. It might be because all my teammates were from the same group, but I don't know. In the last battle of Challenge 2, I have over double the amount of orbs as the next highest. So I think now I'll test my theory of if I can be AFK and still win. I've had the footage sped up in the background and it seems I was correct. Although maybe that might have been a fluke because I tried to do it again at the end of the next challenge and barely lost. In this same challenge, I also managed to knock out all 3 opponents with Sasuke in the first battle. So even with all that advantage, I still lost in the end. Nothing else of note happened in the other challenges, so we'll skim by them. After I finish the last challenge here, I get the trophy for completing all D rank challenges. For the remainder of the tournament, this is how it's going to go. I do the main tournament itself, and after, the challenges that come with it. The C rank tournament has 9 battles in total, and introduces a new mechanic where I can act like Tony Hawk and grind across the stage. When they appear, I can slide on them and use a ninjutsu to do damage to someone. They honestly aren't that useful. They're cool, yes, but not practical. I do more damage and get more orbs by just using a ninjutsu as usual. I get a trophy for doing it for the first time, but don't expect to see a lot of it. In the preliminaries, more new mechanics get introduced, and these are Ultimate Jutsu Orbs and Awakening Orbs. An animal will sometimes appear holding one of these, and all I have to do is go over to it to get it. The first one I get is an Awakening Orb. I go into Awakening how I normally would, and get a trophy for using an Awakening Orb. I don't get the chance to use an Ultimate Jutsu yet, since the one time it appeared, someone else got it and hit me with it. This was the last round of the main battle, so winning it gets me the trophy for completing the C rank tournament. Like before, now we'll do the C rank challenges. There's still 18 fights in total with limited handicaps. Nothing too bad yet. An Ultimate Jutsu Orb shows up in the first battle of the first 2 challenges, but both times someone else gets it. And unfortunately, knocking out someone that has it doesn't make it drop. It just disappears. I get another chance and actually manage to get it this time. I do my Ultimate Jutsu and get a trophy for using an Ultimate Jutsu Orb. The final battle of Challenge 5 is one of the worst handicaps in that every attack will seal me. What this means is if I get hit at all, which is almost impossible to avoid with this many opponents, I can't use any chakra. So no chakra dashing or using ninjutsu. This is just an annoying handicap because normal combos yield barely any orbs anyway, so the best strategy is to just keep my distance until it wears off and spam ninjutsu. The last challenge has mild handicaps where it only buffs the opponent's stats. Winning this last battle gets me the trophy for completing all C rank challenges. In these challenges, I learned something interesting about these free-for-all battles. If you haven't noticed, the main team I normally use is Sasuke, Suigetsu, and Jugo. Sometimes I'll use Karin and Konohamaru, but that's only because I can't pick a character that's already being used. In other words, before I start a challenge, I can see the opponents I'll have to face. All of these characters are off limits for me to pick. For example, in Challenge 6, Jugo and Konohamaru are already picked, so when I go to make a team, those characters are blacked out. Even if they won't be in the same fight, just the fact they're on another team means I can't pick them. Because this might be an issue later on, before I move up to the B rank tournament, I'll gather more allies. Yamato and Kakashi are hanging by the water, and their quest is to find Sakura and Sai around the island. Would you believe I found Sai easily but couldn't find Sakura at all? It's only because she's at the corner of the water and she's far enough where her model doesn't load in until I get close. After I find them both, I need to look for Naruto. He's playing hide and seek with this boy, and I'll say he has a fairly good spot. The last thing I need to do is have a fight against them, and it's nice to know there's still normal one-on-one fights in this game. By using my supports, I get the ability to use a Team Ultimate Jutsu, and I end the match with it. This gets me a trophy for winning a match with an Ultimate Jutsu finish, and a trophy for winning a match with a Team Ultimate Jutsu. Now I unlock all of them as allies, which will definitely help for later tournaments. Just in case, I'll also unlock Asuma's team as allies too. Their quest only needs me to answer some questions, then buy Choji a specific bento. Much easier than the one I just did. I've also gotten a lot of money from winning battles, so I'll buy some ninja tools. If I spend enough money at the shop, then I'm given some lottery tickets. I can use them at the Lucky Lotto Land, and they're only used to get collectibles or cosmetics. I will use one though, since I'll get a trophy for using a lottery ticket. Okay, after some side activities, it's now time to do the B rank tournament. With 9 battles again, the gimmick here is obstacle characters. Sometimes during battles, a character will appear and go through the stage, damaging anyone in the way and knocking out some orbs. It's not that intrusive of a gimmick, and sometimes doesn't even show up in a battle. The main battle wasn't too difficult, with me still winning by double the amount of battle orbs, and after, getting the trophy for completing the B rank tournament. You know the drill. After the tournament, I need to do the challenges that come with it. While there's still 6 challenges, the number of fights in them have gone up by 1. So now the total number of fights here is 24, almost triple what the tournament was. An extra fight being added also means a higher chance of characters I can't use, so it's good I unlocked more allies when I did. Challenge 2 has my favorite handicap so far, and you might be wondering why I like having any handicap at all. It's because this one ends the match after 30 counts, so each battle's time is essentially halved. I like this because I already win easily. This just means I can get through the matches faster. The last challenge's handicap is unique, but not exactly much of a handicap. Basically, everyone loses twice the amount of orbs, or triple the amount if we're talking about the final match. It'd be one thing if it affected only me, but it affects everyone, so it still feels like we're playing a normal match. After I win this last challenge, I get the trophy for completing all B rank challenges. The A rank tournament is only 6 battles. At this point, I've spent more time in the challenges than the tournaments. The main battle being only 1 match makes this interesting, as there's not a lot of orbs to go around. Normally when I win a tournament, there's a huge gap between me and second place, but here, I was actually losing when there was 1 second left. I jumped into some orbs to collect them as the match ended, and I think that's what secured me the win. I won by 54 orbs. That's the closest any single match has been. Winning this main battle gets me the trophy for completing the A rank tournament. The challenges here are the same as the last one, 24 fights in total. The hardest handicap is still the one where any attack will seal me. Luckily, it's only on 1 challenge and in 2 of the 4 fights, so I can stack up on orbs in the other 2. An hour later, and I've just finished the last challenge, which gets me the trophy for completing all A rank challenges. The S rank tournament has 12 fights and a twist. Once I start it, I can't back out and change characters. I'm stuck with whoever I go in with. Good thing I only use 1 team anyways. It's clear from the first match here, there's a big difficulty spike. Tsunade has an ultimate jutsu orb, and she's actually playing smart about it. If you need more evidence that the AI is tougher, I lost this match. Bad. I got 3rd place. I haven't lost since I was AFK in D rank. Thankfully there's 3 more matches to catch up, but I need to keep on my toes now. Naruto and Kakashi still have the best ninjutsu to spam, so they help me get a huge lead. Then I'm somehow able to get an ultimate jutsu orb with Sakura and solidify my win. This was just the qualifiers too. Now that I know what to expect, I can play more into it. I damn near took every orb in the first 2 matches of the preliminaries. I was sitting at over 8,000 orbs by the end. The main battle is much like the preliminaries, not to the point where I'm almost taking every orb, but enough where I'm in the lead every match. I win the tournament, but that isn't the end of it. The whole point of these tournaments is to find out who's the greatest of all, and that can't work with a team. So there's 1 more finals match where I face the same teammates I won the tournament with. Of course I'm going to win, but they were putting up a fight. There were points I was losing by a fair amount and wasn't sure if I'd come back. I guess that's what I get for picking a strong team. After this, the tournament is officially over and I get the trophy for completing the S rank tournament. There's actually 1 more tournament, being the S plus rank, but we'll get to that after some challenges. These are the last set, and again, another fight has been added. So 6 challenges with 5 fights each now totals to 30 fights. This is going to take a while. Immediately in the first challenge, there's a ceiling and double orb spillage handicap. I don't know what happened, but Kimimoto and Konan just went from 1000 orbs to unconscious. I mean, I'll take the handout. I did not think in a ceiling match I'd be knocking everyone out. With this kind of lead, it doesn't matter what the other handicaps are. I actually managed to get over 10,000 battle orbs, and that isn't even the last match. I still have 1 more where I get up to 15,000 orbs. Definitely the most dominating matches I've had in this game. This might be hard to believe, but that challenge was the hardest one. Or at least, it should have been with the handicap I was given. The gimmick in these challenges is every match combines 2 handicaps that we've seen before, or they just buff the opponent's stats to insane numbers. Another one of the challenges has the ceiling handicap, with the match ending after 30 counts. This is on the last match, so you'd think it'd be tougher, but I have so many orbs, I think I could actually be AFK this time and still win easily. Okay, last challenge of the game. This should be the hardest, except it's ironically the easiest. Each fight has the handicap that causes dropped orbs to be tripled. So, not even joking, every fight here I end early because I knock out everyone else. I only need to hit them a few times to take all their orbs. I can't believe how easy this is. By the end, I have almost 20,000 orbs. I get the trophy for completing all S-rank challenges, and that's it for challenges. Kind of an anticlimactic ending, honestly. The S+ rank tournament is the actual final tournament, and it's only 5 battles. I pick the same team I always do and go head first. Let's just say I'm about to have a rude awakening. Emphasis on the awakening. Every opponent I'm about to face is starting in their awakened form. I was not expecting this. I feel bad, but I'm just targeting whoever I can hit with my ninjutsu. It doesn't do much against tailed beasts. Going into battle 4, I'm losing by a bit, so I might have to target Killer Bee. I see how this is a bonus tournament, because it was made to be unfair. At this point, I'm just dodging until time's up. I'm so close to not winning this if I get cornered. I get the trophy for completing the S+ rank tournament, and I'm finally done with this mode. Now we can move on to Ninja Escapades. These are battles, played normally, thankfully, that tell a story with cutscenes in between. Think the Tales in Generations. There's only 3 of them, and the first is the creation of the Akatsuki. This tells how Madara advised Nagato and Konan to form the Akatsuki, and who to enlist as members. The first is Kakuzu. He'll only join if Pain can beat him in a fight. I'm so happy to be back to normal one-on-ones, and what better way to celebrate than by getting a flawless. I didn't even notice at first, but I did get a trophy for winning a match flawlessly, so that's how I found out. Next member is Sasori. Again, he won't join without a fight. This is going to be a pattern. He's dodging all my ultimates, so he's already better than Kakuzu. I win with not enough health left and get an A rank. That's unfortunate because I needed an S rank. I'll just have to come back to this. The next member might be a shock, but it's Orochimaru. Unlike the others, he wants to join the Akatsuki, but we don't want him. After a fight with him at Sasori, Pain reluctantly lets him join. The last 2 members are Deidara and Hidan. Both don't want to join at first until I win a fight against them and basically force them to join. This ends the escapade, and I get a trophy for completing it. I'm not done with it yet though, since I need to go back and get an S rank on each fight. Unfortunately, I can't only do the Konan fight again. I have to do all 5. Luckily, skipping cutscenes gets me to the next fight ASAP, so it's not that bad. I just need to make sure I don't lose much health and finish each match with an ultimate jutsu for the bonus condition. Once I finish the last fight against Hidan with an S rank, I get the trophy for getting an S rank in all 5 battles. The next escapade is the 2 Uchiha. This one focuses on Shisui and Itachi and the extermination of the Uchiha clan. There's also only 2 fights. The first is just a friendly match with the 2 of them, then Shisui gets jumped by Danzo. Like before, I'm finishing each match with an ultimate jutsu and making sure I don't lose too much health. I got an S rank first try on both fights, so now there's just a cutscene before the escapade ends. I get the trophy for completing it and the trophy for getting an S rank in both fights. The last escapade is just a cutscene. Not even kidding. A 5-minute cutscene about Obito showing the kind of kid he was before this happened. Finishing the cutscene gets me a trophy for watching it. Okay, now let's do the Mecha Naruto story. This kind of takes place in the tournament, but as like a side chapter. Naruto and Hinata decide to enter the tournament, and while exploring Festival Island, find Mecha Naruto. It's lost its memory because it's missing a mental stone. Hinata remembers the mental stone being part of the tournament, so they decide to team up with Mecha Naruto to win it as a team. Which means we're back to these kind of battles. It's the same deal as before. After winning it, Naruto and Hinata go off on their own and leave Mecha Naruto by himself. It gets judged by the village people and is jealous of how well liked Naruto is, so it decides to switch bodies with him. For the time being, I'll be playing as Naruto in Mecha Naruto's body. He tries to get Sakura and Shikamaru to believe him, but they don't. To gain their trust, I need to do 3 jobs for them around the village. first is having a training match with Konohamaru. Once I win the fight, I get a trophy for completing my first job. The other two are delivering bentos within a time limit and solving math equations. Now Sakura and Shikamaru believe me and devise a plan to put me against fake Naruto in the tournament finals. We're back to normal fights again, which I win easily, then fake Naruto switches our bodies back. I have to fight again, but I start at half health this time since this body just got beat on. I still win, and you'd think that'd be the end, but Mecha Naruto puts the mental stone inside it and unleashes a QB mode. Basically, its version of the Ninetales. It flies off and causes destruction in multiple lands to the point it has a bounty on its head. Naruto wants to help instead of destroying it, so we head out to do that. On the way, I buy some items and use a coupon, which gets me a trophy for using a coupon. I'm back on Festival Island and need to find a way to the smoke. The shortcut is blocked, so I have to go the long way. On the way, I get into a few fights because they don't want Naruto interfering. I fight the QB mode at the tournament stage when everyone shows up. Basically, Ino is going to put Naruto and Hinata inside Mecha Naruto's mind to wipe out the QB mode. It's stronger here though, and starts in True Awaken mode. What is True Awaken mode, you ask? It's a bit complicated. Basically, it's a specific class type that allows someone to have a stronger awakening. I have it too, so when I use my awakening, I actually go into True Awakening, which is Tailed Beast mode. I also get a trophy for winning a fight in True Awakening. This was the last fight of the story, so after a cutscene where Mecha Naruto gets brought back to life in a doll, I get the trophy for completing the Mecha Naruto story. The only thing left for me to do, minus a few miscellaneous trophies, is to go into free battle and basically do everything here. I'll start with survival. This is more or less the same as Generations. I need to defeat opponents back to back while gaining health in between matches. Only difference here is the health gain is massive. I get back at least 50% each match, which makes this not a challenge whatsoever. There is handicaps for each survival, but they don't matter much. Not when the health gain puts me back at full health every time. These are all just normal fights, so I'm going to skim through a lot of them. Trust me, you aren't missing much. After defeating 10 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing beginner survival. Intermediate survival has 18 opponents with my favorite handicap of having the match time. It won't help here though, since most fights are done in under 30 counts. In the Akatsuki Cup, I don't even look at the handicap, and that comes back to bite me. I take so much damage in the fight against Adata because I think I can block, but I can't. I check the handicap during the fight, and then it hits me. I've been sitting here taking damage for nothing. I somehow barely managed to still win with 1% health, but because of my rank and time spent, I didn't get much health back. I spam my ultimate and ninjutsu to get past Kisame and Pain easily, now that I know neither of us can block. This shouldn't have been this hard. I'm just stupid and didn't look at the handicap. From here, all the fights go smoothly because I actually use my eyes. After defeating all 18 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing Intermediate Survival. Advanced Survival has 38 opponents, with the last having 10 opponents and the ceiling handicap. Everything's going fine until I get to the historic Hokage Cup. I once again don't use my eyes and charge my chakra constantly, which depletes my health. I beat Tsunade, but lose to Minato. My only loss so far. It could be worse. The rest of the battles go well enough, minus the Chinchurikis, since they seal me. I didn't lose to any of them, but the battles took twice as long because of it. After defeating all 38 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing Advanced Survival. Before I'm done with Survival, I need to do Ultimate Survival and defeat 30 opponents. Each fight will have a different handicap, but as long as I use my eyes, I'll be fine. I'm just going to skip this whole thing because it's the same gameplay over and over again. After an hour of doing this, I get the trophy for defeating 30 opponents in Ultimate Survival. Survival's done, let's do leagues now. These act as tournaments, but they're not. I'll explain in a sec. First, I can make my life easier and set the difficulty to super easy, which I am of course going to do. When I pick my character, I have a choice of 3 types to choose from: Ultimate Jutsu, Awakening, and Drive. This is how I was able to go into True Awakening earlier. I know this is a bit late to be talking about these, but I exclusively went Ultimate Jutsu type the whole game, since only with that type can I use an Ultimate Jutsu, which is kind of dumb in my opinion, but that's besides the point. Some trophies need me to be the drive type, so I picked that for a few matches. Why I said leagues are like tournaments, but not, is because I fight everyone and I keep playing even if I lose. Whoever has more points from winning wins the whole thing. In the first match, I use support until I can use a team Ultimate Jutsu, except in this type, it's a move called a seal barrier. I do the inputs to do it and get a trophy for hitting an opponent with it. Then I win the next 2 matches easily and get the trophy for winning a Fury Battle League. The ever-changing league is the exact same as the one I just did. Only difference is each match has some handicap set. In the first match, I finish off my opponent using Support Drive 2, which is this type's version of an Ultimate Jutsu, and get a trophy for winning a match with it. Then I win the next 2 matches and get the trophy for winning the ever-changing Battle League. Before I do the other leagues, I'm first going to do some tournaments because they're quick. I know, more tournaments, but these are fast and easy. They follow the same guidelines as the leagues I just did. I can still set the difficulty to super easy, and I only need to win 2 matches. Within 10 minutes, I win both tournaments and get the trophies for winning an ever-changing tournament and winning a free tournament. The Challenge League is the exact same as the Free Battle League I did earlier, just with more fights. The Beginner League has 9 opponents, and for the first one, I'm specifically picking Kakashi with Guy as my only support. That's because these guys have a special Ultimate Jutsu where they use theirs together. All I need to do is use my Ultimate Jutsu like normal, and I'll get the trophy for landing a combo Ultimate Jutsu. Now for the rest of these battle leagues, I'll just go my boy Sasuke and spam Ultimate Jutsus. Yes, it is lame, but I want to get through these fast. After defeating the 9 opponents here, I get the trophy for completing the Beginner Challenge League. In the last cup of the Intermediate League, I actually lost the first match, but decided to keep playing. By the end, I'm tied with the first Hokage for points, and to my shock, we have a sudden death match where we start at low health. I win it and get the trophy for completing the Intermediate Challenge League. The Advanced League has 21 opponents, and I don't drop a single game here. I got close one time against the second Hokage, but I spammed Fireball Jutsu to secure the win. After I defeat all 21 opponents, I get the trophy for completing the Advanced Challenge League. That was the last obstacle before the Platinum. Now I only have miscellaneous trophies left. In Free Battle, I go to Customize Character and give Naruto an accessory. This gets me a trophy for customizing a character. Now I plug in a second controller and go to Versus Mode. If I hold block and press square while the opponent's attacking, then they'll be knocked unconscious. It takes a few attempts, but when I get it, I get a trophy for using a counter attack. The last trophy is back in the Ninja World Tournament. When I completed the different challenges throughout the ranks, I was given medals. All I need to do is spend one. I buy anything and get the trophy for using a medal. Then after, the Platinum. According to the guide I used, this game should take around 30 hours to Platinum. Adding up all my footage, it took me 19 hours. That makes sense since this felt like a fast Platinum. Maybe that's because, unlike the past 3 games, this didn't have a trophy for playing for over 30 hours. I think I enjoyed the Mecha Naruto story and Ninja Escapades the most. I wasn't that big a fan of the tournaments and battle orbs. Plus, having separate types means no matter what I pick, I'm going to feel limited in some kind of way. That just seemed weird to me. But if you're pumping these games out every year or so, you need ways to switch it up.